Good afternoon, everyone. We're just letting everybody get in here and get settled in. Thank you, Queen Daisha, for giving us your face. We love to see faces. Liam, hi. We're just going to give everybody a minute to get settled in. I do want to let you guys know you're going to be a little famous tonight. We are recording this, so this is going to be a fun time tonight. Thank you all for coming. We're so excited you guys are here. I think you're going to really enjoy this time. We have a few more people in the waiting room. We're just going to get everybody settled in, and then we'll get started with the fun orientation. Um, some of you may know me. I am Sheila Vaughn. I'm the Director of Admission. I know I've talked to many of you. I know some of these names coming up here. So I'm super excited. I understand if you don't want to put your video up, but I do love to see your faces. So it's nice to see you all. So the games begin, right? So school starts in just a couple of weeks. It's going to start. Yay, finally.
We're all here,
Same way.
Sheila.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm Sheila Vaughn. I am the Director of Admission. Super excited to see you all on here tonight. I know many of these names, so I'm so excited to virtually see you yet again on another Zoom call. Aren't you guys excited? Yay, virtual hug. Yay. So tonight we're going to go over some wonderful things. I will share our PowerPoint presentation with you guys in a few minutes, and we will go through the agenda. We are videoing it tonight, so recording you, so you might be famous for a minute when other students who might have missed this actually get to be on this to kind of learn what is going on with our school and come into the different things about it. So it is going to be a wonderful night for you all. I hope you do learn something new and about 4Cs. I know that it is going to be a different experience this year, but we are just as much welcoming as we were in person as we are here virtually with you. So I think that as you go on with tonight, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat or to ask us during the chat or during our time, but also during this time. So I do just want to give a quick welcome to you all, and just let you know that it is really nice that you all have come here today. I'm going to take a couple minutes just to say hello and a welcome, and then we'll get started with the presentation. But I did want to say again that I think I've seen most of you. As you know, we are in a wonderful COVID situation, so we have moved all of our classes to online, remote, and hybrid. We will save that explanation for later when Professor Schaefer goes over our different ways that we are going to be teaching this year. But we are committed to a high quality teaching and learning for students to progress and successfully achieve their educational goals in our remote and hybrid space. As you move forward with the fall, we're going to do it safely and creatively. I'm sure you guys have been through this as you've gone through some schooling, maybe at another college or maybe at your high school. So it is a little bit different than it has been before. So we're going to ask you guys to kind of do some self-attestations if you are going to be coming to campus. But don't worry, we're going to send you information on how to do all this. So don't feel like you're like, I don't understand how we're going to move forward. So our buildings are going to remain closed to students, but our faculty and staff are practicing social distancing. Our facilities crew is really ramping up and cleaning and sanitizing. We have hand washing stations, sanitizing stations, social distancing markings. I'm sure you guys have heard this. I mean, social distance is like, if I hear that word one more time, right? But your health and safety is really important to us. And as we continue to follow guidance from Governor Baker and the CDC, we'll continue to provide you guys with like different updates as necessary. And definitely check out the resource page on our website so that you guys can see, what the different access are. We're calling what we're doing Operation Mask, which is when you do return to campus for either a hybrid course or a scheduled in-service student services appointment, we are practicing social distance and asking to have a mask. So it's called Operation Mask. I know I have some pretty ones from the paper store, or you can just wear those wonderful blue ones, whatever you have. We ask you to do that. We are requiring that if you do come to campus. So if you don't have one, we will be able to give you those. So before I jump off, I just want to say that we are excited for you to be here. Reach out to us. You'll have all of our names, and please feel free to talk to us after the fact. We will be in some breakout rooms. And if you haven't applied for financial aid, please feel free to do that. And let us get started on this wonderful, powerful future. So I am going to share my screen, and we're going to get started. Woohoo! I know. You guys are like, how many cups of coffee has she had? Not enough. That's the question. So, so I don't know if you guys, let me see if I can share the screen. It's just not doing it for me right now. Okay. So, my wonderful PowerPoint presentation. So there it is. And we're going to go from the beginning. So there it is. So everybody can see this? All right. Yay. One thing right. Woohoo. So today's agenda, we're just going to go through this real quickly just so you guys know kind of what's going on. So I'm Sheila, that's me. The business office, I'm going to talk a little bit about the business office today. We don't have someone from that office, but I'm happy to discuss with you guys a little bit about that and give you their contact information so that you can know how to talk about your billing or payment plans or things like that. Financial aid, Mary Jenkins is here today. Advising, Art Esposito, who is the director. Academic support services is Tim Girolmoli. I sometimes say it wrong, Jomai, sorry. And then we have, thank you. And the wellness office is Mara Ware, Dr. Ware. We have student engagement clubs in, which is Asher Hamilton. And then we have classroom modality in Zoom, Tom Schaefer. So, and then after the fact, we might have some breakout rooms if students have more questions that want to kind of talk to us one-on-one, or we can do it in a chat aspect. So to get started for you guys, I will tell you that we're going to talk a little bit about the bills. Yay, we'll get started on the fun stuff first, right? So all of you should have your My4Cs set up, which means that you should have a Cape Cod Community College email address, and you also will have something called My4Cs. So when you go into that, you can actually see different aspects of your financial aid. You can see your transcripts, you can see your class schedule, and you also will see your bill. Our bills are not mailed. That's a big thing for students to know. It's just a summary of the printed statement, so you can see that on our MyCurry page. So and you can also call them if you have any questions at all. They're really great. They are there quite often, every day. Payments can be made through the campus web. We do have monthly payment plans that are available. Payments are due by the start of school, which is September 8th. It is the day after Labor Day. So just to let you guys know, if you have a Tuesday, Thursday class, TR does mean Tuesday, Thursday, okay? That's the number one thing to learn. There you go in college. I just taught you something. So, but you can contact them at student accounts at capecod.edu. And if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. We're happy to get you in talks with them. There are no refunds unless you are dropped for certain reasons after the first week. We have something called a drop add. Health insurance can be waived if you have your own health insurance. It's very good to know. I know a lot of students are asking that. You would go to Gallagher Insurance, which they have a waiver form, and I'm happy to talk to you guys about that offline. And then books and supplies are purchased separately. So students should know that. You would need to buy your books early. Think about rentals and digital books. That's our Cape Cod CCC shop.com, and you can look for your books and purchase different things, like maybe even a wonderful, well, I would say a sweatshirt, or you might at this end, if you get a survey, you might get a, something towards the bookstore. So that was really a nice thing to do too. And we do love to tell students, to show those school colors. I know I have quite a few 4Cs sweatshirts and T-shirts and caps, and I love to show those off. So, we have great things in the bookstore that are digitally online and that you can order and that can come right to your house, just like Amazon. See, it's wonderful. In your entire purchase, there are some exclusions, but show those school colors when you come in. We're happy to do that. The Four Cs bookstore is amazing. They're wonderful. And so hopefully students will be able to know that there is some sales going on to do that. And that ends on 9/4. So with all else fails, I'm going to bring this over to Mary.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to orientation. It's really important that you've come tonight because you're going to learn all kinds of information. In financial aid, I'm just going to give you an overview. So it's not going to be specific to you, but it's going to be just general information. And then if in the future you have any questions, we just want you to know that everybody in our office is here to help you and to assist you, and that you'll be able to get in contact with us and we'll be able to answer specific questions for you. So right now, I just want to talk about financial aid in general. What is financial aid? The best kind of financial aid that you want to get are grants. Grants are money that you don't have to pay back. So you want to try and get as much grant money as you can. We have access to federal grant money, state grant money, and institutional grant money. And the way that you would be able to get that and find out whether you qualify or not is by filling out something called the FAFSA. And so you apply for financial aid by actually going online, and you go to the website and fill out the FAFSA. This year you're going to be using your 2018 tax information when you do it. And then all that information goes to the government, and then they send it to us, and we use that information to help determine whether you're eligible for any grants. Once you've done that, some students aren't eligible for grants, but just know that all students are at least eligible for student loans. So if you are told that you're not eligible for any grant money, if you need to, you'll be able to at least get a student loan to help you pay back or to pay for those classes, and then you won't have to pay back the loan money until after you're no longer taking at least 6 credits, and hopefully that's when you've graduated and have a job. Is it too late? It's not too late, but it is close, so that for some of you, if you haven't done it yet, and we encourage every single student to apply and see whether you qualify for anything. School starts in another week and a half or so, so it's probably not quite enough time to have your aid all in place and get everything processed. But if you either set up a payment plan or you figure out how to pay your bill up front and you do get financial aid, you get reimbursed for it. But we still encourage you to apply. We're doing our best to get everybody done as soon as we can and be able to have you have a way to help pay for school. The FAFSA, as I just said, is just different ways for you to be able to help pay for your classes. All of your classes are charged by the number of credits that you're taking. So once you register for your credits, then you will have a bill. And as Sheila said earlier, you're going to see that online. If you go on Campus Web under the Student tab to My Finances, you'll be able to see your bill and see how much it is that you owe. If you do have financial aid, you'll also see your financial aid there on your bill. So it will reduce your bill by whatever financial aid that you are going to be receiving. And if you still owe any money, you'll just owe the difference. And if you have excess money after your bill has been paid, you could fill out what we have as a book voucher. And if you need a copy of it, you can get that online under My Financial Aid downloadable forms. By filling out that form and sending it to the financial aid office, you would be able to use your financial aid money to help you purchase your books and supplies at the bookstore. So it's great. You just have to do a little bit of math. Look at your bill, look at your financial aid, and figure out whether you have any extra money above and beyond once your bill has been paid. You're going to be checking your financial aid status and your bill and all your information again on Campus Web. So just really get familiar with using it. Eventually your grades are going to be there, and a lot of information that you need to know throughout the semester are going to be there. How do I know if I qualify? The only way you know is to fill out the FAFSA and apply. And don't assume you won't qualify, because you never know what you might be eligible for. The book vouchers, as I was just explaining, is if you have excess money after your bill has been paid. If you do decide you want to get a student loan, I just want you to know that we don't package loans up front. You have to fill out a form and do pieces online. So there, again, under the downloadable forms under financial aid are all the instructions on how to get a student loan, or else you can contact us and we will send you the information. The best way to contact the financial aid office during the semester is through our email box, and it's at the bottom of the page. It's finaid@capecod.edu. We check in the box every day. We answer our emails every day. So any questions that you might have, somebody will get back to you and try and help you figure out how to navigate this part of the process. So I hope this general information is helpful. Good luck. Have a great semester. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary. We really appreciate that. And so I do want to let you guys know that we do have something called work study. And so that is a great thing to do too. So I was going to say that the bookstore also has work study as well. So feel free to reach out to us for that. And so next up is our wonderful academic advising. Woo woo. All right, Art, your turn.
Sheila, you are too much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Art Esposito. I'm the Director of Academic Advising, as Sheila has noted. Those of you who are brand new to higher education, you've never had an academic advising relationship before. Academic advisors are your guide to academic success. We're going to guide your academic decision making. We're going to support your academic success. We are your academic Sherpa. It's a collaborative partnership. You're going to engage in lots of conversations with academic advising over the time that you spend here at 4Cs. We're going to help you pick your classes from semester to semester. We'll help you through those classes from week to week. We will be able to answer all of your questions, and any question you have that we can't answer, we'll make sure we find the person who can answer it. We can connect you to all the learning resources on campus. We can help you identify the best pathway through 4Cs to your degree or your certificate. And then when we figured out what path we're going to set you on, we'll engage you in a conversation about career advising. And we'll identify where you're going to go after you leave 4Cs, whether it's out into the world of work or onto higher levels of your college and university education. We can help you match your 4Cs major to that pathway as well. Again, this is the first of many conversations you will have with an academic advisor. You'll have many of these before you graduate. You got any questions, comments, or observations, please do get after us at that email on the screen there, advisingcenter@capecod.edu. That's all I got.
Thank you so much, Art. It's so wonderful to talk to you. They have been wonderful. They're doing drop-in Zooms, which is amazing once you get through some of your placement testing or the student. I can't even talk today. So they're wonderful people, and they have great ways to get in touch with them. So feel free to reach out. Their office has been really wonderful. So thank you so much. And so next up is academic support. So I would say, Tim, you're up.
Okay, hi, my name's Tim Girolami. I'm the Director of Academic Support Services and the Wilkins Library. So first, let's talk about tutoring. Academic Support Services offer one-on-one tutoring in all subjects, and this semester all tutoring is going to be conducted over Zoom in 25 or 55-minute appointments that you can make with our staff and peer tutors. We also have available 24/7 online tutoring from BrainFuse, which is a service that uses tutors in different time zones, so you can use it any time of the day. It's still live, and you can also submit your papers to BrainFuse online writing lab for feedback anytime. And you can reach the tutoring center at tutoringcenter@capecod.edu. We're also going to have this semester, the Reading Writing Center is going to also have a Zoom drop-in service. So that's another place you can go and get help with papers. For the Wilkins Library, we have remote and in-person services. So let's talk about remote first. So first off, if you're wondering how you're going to be able to do research, you can stream articles, books, and videos from our databases using your Wilkins Library card number. You can watch for that in your college email. We should be getting one from my staff soon, if you haven't already. And if you're not sure where to start, you're having trouble finding some of the material for your assignments, you can contact our librarians for research help by email, phone, chat, or Zoom. And The email you want there is refdesk@capecod.edu. And finally, in-person services. So the buildings are locked, but we are going to be in them. One service is the grab and go pickup. So if you do need something from our physical collection, a book or a piece of equipment like a scientific calculator, you can contact us and set up a time to come pick it up. We are also going to be open for appointments to use the library in person for studying and computer use. Those are going to be a limited number of appointments every of the days that we're open, and for 2 hours. And you'll get more details about that on our website. And that's everything. So I hope you will reach out to us if you have any questions.
Thank you, Tim. That was so great to hear. Thank you. The library is a great resource for students, and I think that you guys have done a wonderful job of really reaching out to students and figuring out where students can get those resources from. So next up is Dr. Mara Ware.
Okay, thanks, Sheila. The doctor is in the house. What's going on out there, good people of Cape Cod and beyond? I'm here to tell you about student wellness. I am the contact person. The email is there. It's wellness@capecod.edu. Anything related to wellness, physical, mental, spiritual, all comes through my office. If you like to chat via Zoom, you can contact me on the email and we'll set up a Zoom call. If you don't want to talk to me because I look a little funny, you can talk to your peers on Talk Campus. If you have a phone right now, take it out, look it up. Talk Life, there's an app. It's free. We paid for it for you to reach out to your peers all across the globe. It's not just Cape Cod Community College. It's students in Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, China, England, Canada, lots of other countries. So if you want to get out there and talk to people and you want to remain anonymous, you can be anonymous, put in a username and a password, download the app. It takes like 30 seconds. It's called talklife.co / Cape Cod Community College. And it's a great service, and you can start using it now as long as you have a capecod.edu email, which you all should have gotten if you registered already. So free service, reach out, talk to people about anything, stress, anxiety, academics, signing up for classes you don't know what they're about. Whatever it is, there's someone on there with a similar problem to yours. The next thing I want to tell you about is Active Minds. This is a group of college students who are interested in college mental health, and they may be people that have experienced mental health issues or not. They may be allies, and they just want to let people know that college can be a really stressful time, and they are there and here to help you. And we'll have some meetings go virtual this semester. So if you have any interest at all in mental health issues, sign up for Active Minds. The other one is the new Collegiate Recovery Club. This was brought to our attention from students that were in recovery on campus. They really, really, really wanted to know their peers on campus. So once we got 8 or 10 of them together, they started meeting every week. They never miss a meeting. Those meetings have gone virtual now. If you are in recovery from anything at all, folks, mental health, substance use, alcohol addiction, eating disorders, psychosis, you name it, we've heard it. They'll share with you, you can share with them. They're a great support to each other. I highly recommend, if you're interested in Collegiate Recovery Club, send me an email. I'll hook you up with the other students that are interested, and we'll set up some peer-to-peer recovery work. If you don't want to talk to me and you don't want to talk to your peers, there's a couple of other ways you can do it. You can reach out to learn about yourself and do like a self experience, exposure, whatever you want to call it, and it's called You Lifeline. We also pay for this service for you as our students to just kind of check in with yourself and see what's going on. There's great tips on there on how to have stress-free study, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with test taking. All that kind of stuff is all there on the www.ulifeline.org. Please use it. Like I said, if we don't use it, we lose it. So I'm asking all students to check in once or twice a year on the ulifeline.org website. You can remain anonymous. We don't track it. We don't log it. We don't know who you are. And that's the way, if you want to keep it, we'll leave it like that. The last thing that we also have, also free to you, is a stress and depression questionnaire, just in case your studies get too much at some point and you get stressed, which may or may not happen to you. You can look at www.cccc.caresforyou.org. Again, it's anonymous. You pick your own username, your own password. You correspond with someone via this platform. Someone like me responds to you. We talk about your questionnaire, and we ask you if you need any help with a referral to a medical doctor, a physical doctor, a mental doctor, a psychologist, anything like that. You can tell us as much or as little as you want. This service is for you. The Wellness Office was created by students for students. You can tell us as much as you want or as little as you want. So please, please, please reach out and talk to someone any which way at all. Myself, Active Minds, Collegiate Recovery, U Lifeline, or CCCC Cares for You. The last thing I'll tell you about with Asher might help out is the food pantry, folks. We have a great relationship with Harwich Food Pantry. It's on campus. It will be open this semester. It will be open towards the end of September. It'll be I forget what Tim called his book thing, but it's kind of like that. It's a drive-by, pick up your bag and go type of thing. So you can register with the food pantry, and then every single student on the campus is entitled to one free bag of food a week. We don't care about your income. We don't care about your family size. We just care that you're a student and you need to eat, and we have food to give you. So please, no shame in getting food from the food pantry. Everybody has to do it once in a while. So I'm really encouraging you to reach out for the food pantry as well, either through the wellness office or through student engagement. I'm here. I'm happy to serve you. We're here and we care, and we just can't wait to welcome you into the new semester in this really strange time. Thanks very much.
Thank you,
The next
Dr. Mara.
slide. So hold on, Sheila. The next slide is
Mhm.
the actually Talk Campus app, if it's still there. Yep, there it is. You can download it from the Google Play Store or from the App Store. Again, it's free. It's called Talk Campus. Just get your phone out right now and sign up.
I have my phone in my hand. You can't see it. There you go. Sign up.
See you soon, folks.
This is a great resource, and I have to say, Mara, thank you so much. This is wonderful. The Talk Campus is a great resource for students, and Dr. Mara has been awesome at really trying to connect with students, even though we are virtual. I can say that we really try different ways to connect with you and the students on campus. And I can tell you that we're super excited about that, and I think I know for a fact that we're trying very hard to get you guys engaged. And with that, I'm going to bring it over to Asher.
Hey. It's about student engagement. I am so jazzed about this period. I know COVID has created some, issues around isolation and loneliness. And like Dr. Mora said, there are stressors that are out there. And some of that is about being alone. But we're here at the Office of Student Engagement to create connections. Now, a big part of your college experience and your success is related to student engagement. My name is Asher Hamilton, and I'm the Student Engagement Coordinator right here at 4Cs. You're probably asking, what the heck is student engagement? And what does got to do with me? It's everything. It's everything that you've come to college for. You've come to college to create relationships with your peers, with your instructors, with the academic disciplines. You are now a professional in the world of academia. You know more than a little bit about what you've selected as a major. So what are we doing around tailoring fun for this virtual world? Well, we're going to create a rotational cycle of fun games like trivia, Pictionary Zoom, scavenger hunt Zoom, The Price is Right Zoom, karaoke, my favorite, Zoom, and Netflix party. Now let's talk about student leadership. Some of you have graduated from high school and thought, why wasn't I a student leader? We're here. This is the place for it. That's the first time. It can start right here. We have SGA, which is Student Government Association. Elected representatives could be you to serve the needs of the students here at 4Cs. what you're doing is your voice becomes the voice of many students who are voiceless. Also, we provide coaching to students and organizations to design programs that explore and boom, expand your global experience. So, what am I talking about? How about climate justice, healthcare justice, helping marginalized communities register to vote, the immigration crisis, racial injustice, the income gap, gun violence, hunger, and food insecurity. Those could be any one of the programs, workshops, or clubs that you may be interested in. So, why college? Why now? Why here? Because getting a good paying job is right there at the top of your list. But there's another reason why students go to college: to create meaningful relationships and change the world and the conditions they currently live in. So I'm not going to go on and on and on. I'm going to say one thing. There's going to be a survey coming out to your email box. This Friday, expect a survey, and that survey is connected to what you experienced here today with orientation, with all of us sitting on these screens. What did you feel? What did you hear? And also, if you have some more questions, part of that survey is that we're going to pull a name out of the hat. So the folks that are here today, which I think there's like 20 some of you, one of you is going to be really lucky to have your name pulled. $50, and you can take that right to the bookstore with that 20% off and get some swag. So without more, I want to just say it's called Student Engagement at Cape Cod EDU. My name is Asher Hamilton, and we're here to serve you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Asher. That was wonderful. And I have to say, I love the clubs and organizations here. I was the Veterans Club or advisor last year, and it was so wonderful and great for me to be part of that experience. And I actually went up to the State House with our SGA, where they are changing regulations and laws for our student trustee, where we're trying to get it from 12 credits to 9 credits, and we're actually changing laws. That's how awesome it is with our student government association. So I cannot be happier to bring this over to our next speaker, and that would be Tom. Thank you so.
Hi, everybody. I am Tom Schaefer. I'm an associate professor of language and literature at 4Cs. That's just an expensive way of saying I'm an English professor. I'm here to talk to you about a couple of different important things from a faculty perspective tonight. So I want to talk to you about different technology access that you have, different issues that are regarding your classes, and just to give you some insight into maybe some of the best next steps and plans for your academic future. So a couple of things that are on the list here. We have spent a lot of time this summer making sure that we can procure lots of different technology access points for you in case you need them for the semester. So for a number of you who are maybe dealing with some type of technology issues, I want you to know that we have roughly 200 laptops that are available for loan to our students as well as our faculty and staff for the semester. So if you're running into some type of computer issue, feel free to reach out to one of your professors and we'll be able to go ahead and coordinate a way for you to get a loaner laptop. We've also spent a lot of time trying to make sure that we have a number of hotspot areas on our campus in case you wanted to be able to leave your home, come closer to campus, and maybe utilize some of our facilities. So we're still working on being able to possibly have some on-campus computer lab access, but we definitely have a number of parking lot spaces that are accessible for really strong Wi-Fi. So for example, if you wanted to come to campus and maybe sit in your car and do a little bit of work and just kind of relax on your own, parking lots 11 and 12 have definitely been worked on for us to have strong Wi-Fi access. And lastly, we've been working very, very hard on making sure that we have support for students who need help with things like Moodle, who need help with computers and software issues. You'll be doing a lot of work on Zoom this semester, especially if you're taking remote learning classes. So we have a lot of support for your Zoom needs as well this semester. So, one thing to consider is that it is kind of a scary semester in terms of you making the jump into the technology world, if that's not something that's your forte, but we do have a lot of support readily available for you. So feel free to reach out about those things. The most important thing that I'm probably here to talk to you about is the teaching modality issue. And you have probably noticed, if you've signed up for some courses, the different modalities that are available to you. Okay, so one thing for you to notice is that there is a big difference between taking what's known as an online course, a hybrid course, and a remote course. So when you are looking at the course search catalog, when you're in advising if you're in advising with Art Esposito or somebody from his crew, you'll notice that when they're going through the course search list, that there are these different modalities, and you have to be very aware of what you're signing up for. So one thing to note is that if you're taking an online course, and this will be a course that will say online straight across, there will be no days and times listed. That is because this is a course that is specifically taught online only. There are no specific days and times that you meet. There is no need for you to go ahead and interact through webcam like we're doing now. It's an online course that is set up completely through Moodle, which is our learning management system here at 4Cs. And those are really great classes for students who need a much more flexible schedule. So if you have maybe an erratic work schedule, or if you're somebody who is taking care of others, like children or older members of your family, if you're somebody who isn't quite sure yet if you can stick to a very regimented schedule, online courses are great for you. All of your assignments will be posted onto our campus Moodle sites that each one of your professors has access to. Those professors are highly trained in how to deliver a course strictly electronically without having any what we call synchronous or at the same time types of meetings. So those courses are really great if you need lots of flexibility. They are a little bit more difficult for some students who don't have a whole lot of tech savvy. They're also not really that great for students who maybe need a little bit more regiment with their schedule or a little bit more connection to their professor. So this is something that you want to keep in mind. For remote courses, this is going to be the predominant course structure that we offer. And so when you see a course that says remote or remote learning, those are courses that are specifically scheduled on days and times where you will meet through Zoom, just like you would have met face-to-face on campus. So when you are choosing those courses, be well aware that you are then saying, yes, I am available at this day, at this time, every single week consecutively. Just like, before COVID, when you would sign up for a course and you'd come to campus. This is a regimented part of your life, okay? So remote learning is going to need you to be able to have the right technology, so that way there you can get onto Zoom, you can access Zoom live, you can be there at certain times, and that your technology is fairly strong, okay? So this is something for you to consider. If you're really struggling with technology in terms of having, live action and interaction, maybe you want to consider signing up for courses that are considered to be online. And so this is something for you to really think about in terms of what type of learner you are. For hybrid courses, these are courses that are going to be probably not on the radar of a lot of our first semester students, but it could be for some of you. So just to consider, a hybrid course is going to be a balanced mixture of doing online work through Moodle, so what we call asynchronous, not at the same time learning, and then some on-campus work. So if you're going to be doing laboratory work for your science courses, perhaps if you're taking nursing courses, which first semester students aren't, oral hygiene students will be coming onto campus as well. So these are things that you have to really pay close attention to if you're signing up for particularly lab-based courses. We do have other courses, however, that are considered hybrid as well. So we have a lot of arts courses this semester, performance courses. We do have some drawing and some typography courses that are being offered in person on campus as well. PPE, as we've already talked about, is provided if you don't have your own. We are doing regular temperature checks, and we are making sure that there are very clear avenues about how to get on and off campus and how to navigate our campus. So we're taking lots of precautions. So if a hybrid course or anything that is listed with a very specific building seems like it's interesting to you, don't be afraid that you're going to be exposed to anything, because again, we're taking lots of precautions, all the way down from making sure that our hand sanitizer stations are stocked and ready to go, all the way up to making sure that PPE and social distancing is matching our state guidelines. So consider what type of learner you are. Consider maybe what your connection need is for professors and other students. If you're somebody who's a little bit more gregarious and you do want to make some friends and talk to others, then you're going to probably want to sign up for remote courses. And again, if you need some flexibility with your life, online courses maybe are the things for you. Last thing that I'm going to go over before we start to get to the breakout rooms and be able to ask some open questions is the part there at the bottom that talks about things like Zoom etiquette and code of conduct. So we've been lucky enough, and this is the first time I get to actually announce this, we're lucky enough to be able to give students access to all of their own licensed Zoom accounts on campus. This is a pretty exciting thing for us because in the past, students have, in that little span of time, students were kind of on their own, and there was a lot of hope that they would be able to get into meetings. They weren't able to really run their clubs. It was difficult for people to maintain some sense of normalcy to it. Now, though, we are able to go ahead and give all students access to their own licensed Zoom account. So this is especially great for things like clubs, getting into student engagement activities, being able to create study groups for yourself, and having as much student interaction as we possibly can. But one little caveat of that is that, of course, you are under the same type of code of conduct guidelines through Zoom as you are on campus. You are under the same exact IT use policy guidelines using Zoom as you are your email or anything else that is connected to the school. So in one way, it's really, really great because you're going to have lots of access to the technology and the software. The other thing, though, is just to make sure that you're remembering that this is us attempting to make the greatest campus that we can virtually, and that we want you to maintain a sense of normalcy as to how you conduct yourself here through Zoom as you would on campus face-to-face with anybody else. So these are some exciting things that are coming up for us. Your faculty and staff will become more aware of this, and we'll talk more about this as the semester goes. But just know that we're making really big strides to try to give you the best academic opportunities that we can this semester. So I'm going to be here in this main room, and you can ask me anything that is from the faculty perspective. What are some expectations for courses and classes? If you have any other questions that are things that you want to do openly with any of our other people that are here with academic advising or financial aid or student engagement or wellness or anybody, you can feel free to go ahead and start to filter the questions into the chat. If you want to send me those questions or Sheila those questions privately, feel free to do so. But if you do have private questions, like say, for example, you want to meet with Mary Jenkins about financial aid privately, I just throw that out there because she's the most popular one. I can go ahead and put you into a private breakout session with Mary, and you can talk about things privately from there and share some private information or ask private questions, okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tom. I think that was really great that you talked about the different aspects of those courses. I think that it's really important for students to understand what the different aspects between online, remote, and hybrid mean. I think the students are kind of not understanding sometimes what those mean. So I'm excited about that, especially for students who maybe have not registered for classes yet, may not understand. But I think it's really important for students to know those type of situations. So again, if you guys want to filter your questions to me or to Tom. You can either do it privately